Welcome to your franchise staff. Here staff points when you have to see what some talent trees make you select a path to follow.
Tonight,
and we are underway in Buffalo. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads, everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
Allen going to look to throw on the first play. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Knox. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. To throw again on second down. Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Mike 17. Mike 17.
Allen going to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Throwing is Allen on third. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So here are the Eagles now backed up to start their first drive. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
49, guys. Mike, 49. All day, dog. Mike, 49.
From the 30 on second down, Minshew. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're going to speed things up here. Minshew, 1st and 10. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. So we have reached halftime in our first Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. From just shy of midfield, Minshew. He's going to look deep here for Ward. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So pass interference, the call there, always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let him bring it. Let him bring it. Let you know right now. You better.
And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And the call for Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow.
There he goes right side. He's at the 50, the 30, and he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll look to throw here. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. We're in the third quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10.
Mike 17.
They'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Hoffman. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
Mike 17. Mike 17. Mike 17.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles' defense able to hold. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Right there.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Check Mike.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a toss play right to Swift. And he'll work down inside the 45. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now a toss for Swift left side. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Once again, it's Swift. And he is going to lose yardage here. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.
Tonight,
with fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass is incomplete. But not the graphic that this fan base wants to see week one, Charles. They were hoping to see key acquisitions, some bright spots. Instead, we're talking about injuries, preseason injuries that have guys missing here in this one.
And even in today's football where everyone does their best to try.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Boy, fingers crossed here, first quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Quick slant here to Smith. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's Hurts to throw. Touchdown! Dallas Goedert from 3 yards out. And the Eagles are on the board here first in the season opener. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. First down, the run with Lynch. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground. This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And this one is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Wisnauski on to punt as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there just before halftime. 91 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll set up a throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work in preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week one. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. From the gun, it's Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. A leap in, he's got it. He got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 75 yards. And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Parkey with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Play action now. Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last two drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep.
Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week one is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Well, partner, the season officially underway. It was great to be back with you, obviously, but the first game of the year, always a special one, and love, I know you do too, love having it on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it makes it special, right? It makes it so that everyone is just watching, all eyes on it on a special night like that. I think it's going to be a great season, partner. Can't wait for the next several months. We know there are going to be surprises all the way through the season, and before we know it, we'll be talking about opening up on a Thursday night again next season.
So for Philadelphia, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. First carry for James Conner. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Murray has it knocked loose, fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. Now Brown, he lost the football. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The drive will start with Conner. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. A check on the numbers last week for Conner. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Now, this defense for the Eagles, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
You talk about getting off to a hot start, a shutout right out of the gate. Think of the carryover headed into this one, the residue of that game. That means excellent practices, guys alert, ready to go. They'd love to hang a second one right here, right now.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Murray. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Murray. And he'll just get rid of it.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Devontae Smith now from his end zone. And apparently he knew what he was doing as he winds up bringing this out past the 25. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles will extend. Their lead in the final minute of the half. Now Parkey for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Now Parkey for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Meanwhile, Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Murray now on 1st down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. And this will be swung out here for counter. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL records here. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
How about that for an exciting end to the half? I mean, instead of surrendering a late field goal at the gun, they run back the block kick to extend their lead.
What's that old expression? Fortune favors the bold. They boldly went after it, got it. Worked out pretty darn well for them.
Now Parkey for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, if they score here, this one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
He's got a man, complete. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Right here. 19, Tiger, 19. Ready.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Running right through him. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Here's Scott. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now a pause because we've got A.J. Brown dinged up on that last play, and they're going to have to get some medical attention to it. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Parkey with the extra point. And that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
54 right there. 54 Mike. Watch the slant.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Murray. Ertz over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Murray now on first down. Caught left side, Hopkins. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the gun on third down, Murray. And that will be incomplete. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go again with Scott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll run with Scott. And he's got room. There he goes left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Parkey adds the extra point, and it is 42-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here we go. Right there. 54 right there.
To throw again on second down. Murray, he'll dump this one, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Boy, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A gain of 3, second down. Now Scott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 92 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On the carry, this is Scott. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you. No question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Parkey with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
There's pride on the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Eagles, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.
Choose from 4 preset offers that range in level of.
Tonight, from Lincoln, Philadelphia. It's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Cowboys taking the field on offense, and for a 7th season, it's Dak Prescott who brings them out.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. On play action, Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. On play action, they'll throw. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. We're scoreless after 1. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now Elliott, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And oh, it's blocked. Taking it right down Broadway. 30, 20, 10. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. That is a play that you just do not see very often, maybe a couple times a year. The blocked extra point return for 2.
You can't afford to give anyone a free run at the kicker. Oftentimes, it's going to bounce off his hands or chest and head the other direction.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll get this out wide to Scott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 60 Bobcats.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Hurts. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, and it's 4th down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Play action. Here's Hurts. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
A good run of 6 yards there. Gets them closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and goal, here's the option. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. So Dak and the Cowboys down 8-6, 57 seconds to go. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on 1st down. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. At issue here, does the football make contact with the ground before he secured it? And I think some of these angles are going to give us a pretty good look.
Secured is the important part because the ball can touch the ground, but it can't be loose when it does. So that's what they're going to have to try and figure out.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Elliott good on the extra point. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Right there. 54. Right there.
Here's Dak. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 18 more yards there and another first down. Here's Prescott. Man open, here is Jones. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Prescott. Flush to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now Prescott. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Seibert on for the PAT. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a Julio Jones touchdown. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least 1 play. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Being chased out left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw downfield going to be taken in by Jackson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.